Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering what should the Detroit Lions do next. Before I get right into that, I'm going to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at the Lions, they had a pretty good season. They did go 15-2, and you just got to face yourself in the mirror. They were beaten badly by the Washington Commanders in the playoffs. And you look at Dan Campbell, you look at the emotional state of how he was. You look at Jared Goff, you look at some of the key leaders for the Lions. Something has to be done. Even though Jared Goff is a nice guy, this is why Sean McVay got rid of him in Los Angeles. When you think about everything that they had around him, from the standpoint of Todd Gurley and a couple of other different weapons, they had weapons. They traded him and immediately won a Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. The arm strength of Matthew Stafford, the playmaking ability, the actual power to push the ball down the field, that's a whole nother different conversation. And in big moments, it seems like sometimes Jared Goff chokes or either loses in the big moment. With playmakers like Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon St. Brown, David Montgomery, Jamison Williams, Laporta, you have a lot of different weapons on this offense. You have a lot of different firepower on this offense. And going 15-2, even though the Lions haven't been here before as far as this dominant, even though they haven't really been the number one seed like that before, you're looking at now, and the time is now. Your championship window for a Super Bowl team is very small. You have 3 to 5 years. They're coming up on year 4 for this core group. So you got to ask yourself, do they need to make a change? Do they need to make a trade? Do they need to sign a quarterback or either trade for a quarterback to give Jared Goff some competition? Because right now, this team is in flux. Yes, the defense had a lot of injuries, but you got to keep in mind, Jared Goff is responsible for a lot of this team's non-being successful from the standpoint. And again, you don't want to hang one player, one game, or one person to the cross and be like, this is their fault. But listen, Dan Campbell has to challenge his team. Yes, they play with big cojones. Yes, they take gambles. Yes, they participate in going for it a lot. But you're going to be losing coaches on your offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator staff, I believe. They're good enough to be head coaches in the NFL. So you got to think about this. You're retooling your team. You won't have the same OC or DC possible. You could lose both. You could lose a couple of linebacker coaches to other teams or either tight ends coaches and running back coaches to other teams. So you're going to have to refill your roster, not only with players, but you're going to have to refill your roster with coaches as well. Are they going to have the same play calling ability? Are they going to call the same type plays? Are they going to have the same success? Will Jared Goff and his offense respond in the same way? These are some of the questions you have to really ask yourself if you're Dan Campbell. So with this being said, just my humble opinion, we've seen the best of Jared Goff at this point. We've seen the strongest arm strength that he has. We've seen him take hits. We've seen him make decision-making. But at this point in time, is he going to take you over that hump and take you as an organization to a Super Bowl or either win a Super Bowl? You know, are you going to be able to make that NFC Championship game again with the NFC possibly coming back and being stronger? You know, more teams. I think you're going to have more teams in the playoff mix next year, more better teams than you had this year. So it's a number of things that could go on. In my humble opinion, I think they need to look for a new quarterback. I'm going to be honest with you. Jared Goff is cool, is cute, what they do with the offense, but you want a quarterback that's going to be a gunslinger. You want somebody that's going to actually move the ball down the field. Yes, he's efficient in certain games. Yes, he throws games where he has 5 touchdowns, but he also has games where he lets the game slip away. You know, as a sheriff, or you want to make sure your quarterback can control the settings. You know, in a game like this, they let that game get away too early, too often, and they didn't have the gas to come punch it and get it back into where they can come back. You know, how many times, you know, last year's NFC Championship game, I get it. The year before that, they lost, I get it. But you got to think, at some point in time, they have to start gambling a little bit. They have to start saying, okay, is there a better quarterback out there that possibly could help? All you Lions fans, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the decision. Let me know overall. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus on the YouTube channel. Again, let your voice be heard, and we'll see you on the very next video.